Welcome back to the vendor table.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. How
It's
you
going.
doing? It's going?
It's going.
We're back.
We're back.
I know. I haven't seen you in a while. Really? Wait.
No, I saw you like last weekend.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one. Forgot about that
We
one.
shot a wedding at Crescent Beach Club.
That's right. Ashley and Mike's wedding. They were awesome.
It was awesome.
She messaged me today. I sent her teasers, and she sent me, like, ridiculous stuff back, like, about, like, she found, like her hand was positioned in a weird way, and she was like, "Do you ever see the Addams Family, where like the
hand thing?
Yeah." And she sent me. I'll show you it. It's absolutely incredible.
I have two. This is why my home is just a collection of weird things. I have two severed hands in my house.
Oh,
They're not real, but they are decorations that my husband brought home.
I feel like your house would be very interesting around Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Pat came home from the Halloween store with a gigantic witch that now lives in my son's room because he won't let it leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just causing traumatic scars.
Yeah,
for
it's
your
like
child.
this big.
Oh, okay.
And Patrick wants it in his room.
It's amazing. All right. Well, you know what? To each their own. That's pretty.
And a severed hand that walks.
Oh. The things that are in the O'Brien household.
Yeah, there's lots of dead things and severed things, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well,
The dead things live there year round.
I guess Halloween time is very interesting in your house. So that's
Who knows? It's our first Halloween in this house, so it should be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's cool. All right. So this is like we haven't really sat down and talked for a while, and this has popped up in our
Quite a few times.
quite a few times, and a lot of people have said you guys need to talk about this, which
Like
is
a lot of people.
like I feel like we're a gossip column.
I'm okay with that. I like the tea.
You spill the tea.
I like the tea. I'm into some hot goss.
Hot goss. All right. Well,
Let's hear it.
so there was a post on Reddit,
Our favorite place.
our favorite place, where if you want tea, you go and read Reddit.
That's where you get it.
All right, so there was a post on Reddit, which I'm going to read the whole thing, and then we're going to talk about this.
Okay.
So this post on Reddit, here's what was said. So it's titled, "Bride wants a refund after the groom had an affair with my second shooter."
Dun dun.
All right, so earlier this summer, I shot a wedding. My typical second shooter couldn't make it, so I found someone else online who I felt did good work. Anyways, her and I did the wedding, and everything seemed business as usual. Photos were edited, delivered to the client, and all was good. Then this morning, I got an email from the bride. She was wanting a refund because the lady I had hired as a second shooter for the day ended up sleeping with her husband at some point after the wedding. And she also included photos
Ooh,
from his phone
I didn't know that part.
to prove it.
Ew.
I haven't responded yet, but what's the best thing to do here? She hired me for a job, and the job was completed, and the product was delivered. But I also feel like this would be as if I were a professional dog walker who walked a client's dog, then came back and shot it later. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. That's terrible.
The analogy is really dramatic there.
It's very dramatic. Of course, a second shooter is considered a private contractor and not an employee. Good. Anyways, what is the best thing to do here? I really feel for this lady, but that's also a lot of money to have to give back for work that was done. Oh, boy.
So much to unpack.
I haven't even processed this, and I knew we were going to talk about this. So I was like going to kind of just react in the moment because I was saving. How do you freaking react to this?
I mean, my heart would fall out my ass, I think, like, for sure. But it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. That's the first thing I'm thinking. I was like, it's not your fault that, the person you hired for the day slept with the douchey husband.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's not the second shooter's fault. I mean, second shooter, shame the fuck on you.
Shame.
Shame.
Game of Thrones shame.
It's not like you can pull the card that's like, I didn't know he was married. You were literally there.
You were right there.
You were there.
You were there.
You documented it.
You were probably taking photos of him, like, probably where it started.
You were probably like...
In prep, like...
Delicious.
Delicious.
Delicious. Not a snack.
I feel like...
Someone else's husband is not your snack to eat, ma'am.
Oh, apparently.
Yuck.
She had some and then more.
So yes, I will judge you for this.
Yeah, I
Whoever you are, lady, who did this thing, this horrible, horrible thing, we are judging you.
if she was your second shooter, how would you react to this? I don't know how I would. Like I'm going off for what you. How would you react to this if she was your second shooter?
I honestly, I don't want to say I would do this, but I feel like I probably would just send an email that the body of text would just say shame.
That's it.
Shame.
Shame. Shame.
Honestly, that second shooter isn't on the horn for anything here. Like, of their own volition, they made this decision, and they have the right to make that decision, unfortunately.
Takes two grown-ups.
I don't know if this person had a second shooter contract.
Ooh. Because
there might be something in there
that says don't fuck the groom.
Don't fuck the groom. I don't know. The only thing that you can do is never hire this person again.
Well, I think that goes without saying. You can't hire that person ever again.
You could send an email that's like, yo, pretty disappointed in your behavior.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying first and foremost.
You need to know, like, hey, you did a bad thing.
I want to know at what point, all right, this dude was getting married, right? Okay, I'm going to flip it from the guy's perspective.
Ugh, barf.
Okay.
Okay.
He just got fucking married, okay? So he was eyeing this snack, as you say, up the whole time on his fucking wedding day, and then obviously got her number, obviously did the deed after.
Did it happen during the wedding? Like, did they have...
Did it? Yeah, it doesn't say.
No, I don't think this happened during the wedding, but what I'm saying is, like, did the number exchange happen during the wedding?
Well, I bet you they probably, yes, it probably did, because of the fact that, like, you know, I give my groom's numbers to you when you second shoot for me to, like, you know, he's in the hotel, like, you know, find out the hotel number, something like that, right? It's good to have in case, like, you can't find the groom. So I'm assuming had the number from there. But, man, like, how? I don't know.
That probably means that the second shooter initiated it, too.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, man, this is some dirty smut right here.
Ooh, I'm assuming, but I think she did.
See, okay, so we're totally we're putting our opinions out there. I don't know.
How do you think this started?
Ooh, I don't know. That's juicy.
Ew. I'm so grossed out. It's just like, don't...
I'm grossed out. I'm also very intrigued because I want to know how did it lead to this? That's the first thing I'm thinking. How'd you get there? What were the steps? I want to know the steps.
I'm just like, I'm so disgusted that this happens. Like, it's not just that...
you know it happens.
It happens so much, to be honest with you. Like, I've had couples of my own that have broken up due to infidelity within a year. Like, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, first of all, unrelated, but still related to the story. Man up and just be like, I'm not happy. I'd like to leave you.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not happy and you're like, God, that's such a...
Be an adult.
That's an expensive mistake.
Be an adult.
Yeah. Be an adult. Man up. Yeah. I agree with the dude.
Up.
Now, with the second shooter...
Let's also address the other elephant in the room here, which is ridiculous. This photographer does not owe you any money back.
No.
At all.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Yeah, let's rewind, okay? She's asking what she should do, okay? Should she give her a refund?
No.
Fuck no.
The service was performed. Images were given.
Did her
job done.
Job done. Sorry.
Like, there is no... in the event someone fucks my husband clause, I don't.
Bet you she's going to add that to a contract. Because you know I would.
Would you?
I probably would. Yes, I would. 100%. Wouldn't you? I would. Fuck yeah. If one of my second shooters banged the groom or the bride or whatever, okay, I'd probably have a clause. I'm not liable for your marriage.
Cheating spouse?
Yeah, like marriage breaking up. Fuck that. No.
But also, like, no. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to give any money back. They don't have to do anything.
No.
Just be like, I am very disappointed in the person that I employed, of course. But again, that has no bearing on my brand. It has no bearing on my business.
Yeah.
That was an individual's choice.
No refunds.
No refunds.
No fucking refunds.
I'm sorry about your marriage.
Yeah.
It's
It's really sad.
It's pretty terrible, but
I'm not
like
giving you money back. I edited those photos.
you don't. Yeah, like let's talk about all the effort, energy, planning,
A lot of fucking
time.
effort in your day. I'm not giving
Editing.
you money back because your husband,
Cheated on you?
you know,
Boinked your second shooter?
boinked your second shooter. Boinked. Yeah. It's a good
Bonked?
point.
Boinked.
Yeah. So.
Splooged on?
Oh, Jesus. Next level. That was next level. We're putting the explicit rating on
I'm
this
sorry.
podcast. So yeah, going back, it's like, obviously I wouldn't give a refund. Fuck that. Okay. Because I've seen couples break up. Like they probably shouldn't have got married. Number one, right?
No.
Okay. There was probably, you never know the story. There could have been infidelity before that. There could have been we'll just make it work.
I mean, if he did it like that close after the wedding, I'm sure he did it before.
Yeah, I'm sure there's.
He's a dog, sis. Like, ew.
He's a dog.
He's
sis.
a dog.
Okay.
Nasty. Both of them.
Well,
Straight to the trash.
yeah. So I think we both agree. Sorry, no refunds.
No refunds. Sorry, lovely woman.
Services are rendered. I mean, what audience? I'm gonna ask a general question to our audience that are gonna tune in. You could put it in the Q&A, right? What the fuck would you do, people?
What would you do?
Would you give a refund?
No!
Exactly. No one would. No one would. You wouldn't give a refund. I don't care who you are. You're not giving a refund. Sorry.
You don't give a refund to anyone who, like, I don't know, they're like, my dog died. It's like, I'm sorry about that. That's sad. But, like, what does that have to do with your session or your wedding?
Yeah. Is it bad that I really want to see their wedding photos to see, like, if there were signs throughout the day? Like,
There were signs.
like the second shooter was, like, zooming in on the package or something, Like, what were there signs? Like, was he, like, winking? Like, was he, like, turning his head like this,
How many pictures of their... of just the groom?
I bet you Groom Prep had an excessive amount of photos.
Pre-pants.
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 Pre-pants. All right, we gotta get off of this fucking topic right now.
It's just sad. All around sad.
Make for a good book, though. You like your smut, so.
You know how I feel about smutty books and weird tropes.
Yeah, you would read this book.
I would absolutely read this book.
You would binge it in a day.
Lots of descriptors, though.
Well, we have another story that we could talk about.
Yeah.
You're gonna read it, though.
I found this one.
Because Lauren found this one. This is hysterical. Well, it's not hysterical.
It's one of those. It's very sad, but
It's
also
sad, but it's tea that we want to talk about.
I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
The title was "I read my cheating fiance's text instead of my vows at our wedding." Yeah.
Man.
Brutal. Casey was excited to marry her fiance Alex. That was until she received an anonymous text the day before their wedding. They'd been together for 6 years. She had thought she'd found the one, but the message changed everything. Casey was celebrating in a hotel room with her friends and saw her phone light up. Thinking it would be a message of well wishes or congratulations, she turned it over but saw something totally different. Her heart sunk as she flicked through the countless conversations and saw selfies of the two of them together from months, even days before. Some of the texts read, "Your body is effing incredible, and do you know how to use it? I wish my girlfriend had half the skills you do. I've never had this kind of connection before. And finally, this weekend, you and I, it is on, hot stuff. Bring your A game.
That's the worst fucking line.
First of all,
come on, bro.
Hot stuff?
Hot stuff?
Bring your A game?
What are we, in 1994?
Come on.
What a fucking loser.
Read a sexy book.
Yeah.
Learn some things.
You know what? You deserve to get called out for that
My
fucking
God.
line. What a loser.
That
Sorry.
was really bad. Like, you have no game.
Okay. So
You're asking her to bring her A game and you have zero
He
game.
probably has
Terrible.
0. Okay, you continue.
Sorry. Some of the messages were also arranging weekend getaways and trips together. At first, she felt completely broken, but her wedding was mere hours away and she had to make a decision. She decided to sleep on it and decide a course of action in the morning. In the morning, Casey said, I woke the girls up and told them my decision. I was going to go ahead with the wedding as expected, but out him in front of our friends and family. There will be no wedding today, Casey announced while standing in front of the altar. It seems Alex is not who I thought he was. And she says, she went on to read the damning text. With each word, more color left Alex's face. Yeah. There's more to it, but I mean, they did end up going ahead with the reception just as a party. And only a few people didn't go.
Let me guess. His family and friends.
Honestly, it says everyone except for 2 of Alex's friends and his brothers.
Ooh.
So if his parents were attending, they went.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gee, he must be a mega douche. I mean, he's
it sounds
obviously
like he's
obviously
douche.
a mega douche, but like, let's be honest here. Let's just say his parents still attended, he must be a really big mega douche.
Yeah. That's pretty disgusting. Like, if you are...
Can we just stop for 1 second
Yeah.
and just say, we are talking so much gossip and smut. Like, this is hysterical. I never thought our podcast would stem into this, but we're talking smut. It's kind of fun.
Talking smut.
Talking smut. Okay, continue. Sorry.
I know I'm appealing to all of my female counterparts here. Actually, men too.
Do you know 90% of our listeners are female?
Well, I love that for me.
Do you know that?
We have so many things to talk about, women.
90% of our demographic is female.
Yay.
Between the ages of 25 and 40.
Well, maybe they're following us for you.
Be amazing. Make me feel real great, ladies. Thank you.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're about to get married, it's the same as before. Man up. If you're not cool with going through with this marriage, why the fuck are you doing it? What is wrong with people?
That's the thing. It's like, all right, I've been with my wife for almost 17 years, okay? Like, thick and thin, all that stuff, right? I just don't understand how you get to that point and you just fucking do stupid shit. I don't know. Maybe because I'm an old-fashioned dude, and I've never cheated on anybody. Like, I've had girlfriends before I dated my wife and everything like that. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. If you want to pursue other people, I'm enlightening. Right?
Enlighten the world.
Right?
Do
if
it.
you want to pursue other people, like,
Why are you married?
Then why are you getting married? Just fucking cut the ties. Because then you know what happens is, like, then you have kids with them. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then you're attached to them forever. And I'm a product of divorce, FYI.
Same.
So, okay, I could speak from experience.
My mom's been married 3 times.
Oh. So
my parents were divorced before I was born.
Mm-hmm. Mine got divorced like 6 months, I think, after I was born. So,
but they knew.
It was also the 80s.
They knew it wasn't right. You know?
So, but that's what I mean. And that's like, I kind of digress. But I will say, very creative by this bride.
I love this for her.
This is like revenge. It's not, this is pure fucking revenge right here.
It's maniacal, and I love it, and I support it.
I absolutely, if I knew, say I was on the bride side and I found out, I'd be like, oh man, I can't wait for the hammer to drop. I just want to see his face.
You know why? Because I feel like a lot of times when you have a choice. You have a choice to either communicate that you're upset and you want to split from the relationship, and maybe there's like pressure that the wedding is paid for. There's so much money that's going. What makes you think it's going to be less expensive after the fact? It's going to be way more expensive. Then you have to pay for a divorce lawyer. Then you're going to battle about your assets and all of that stuff. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get easier after the marriage. So rather than waste everybody's time and break someone's heart by lying to them and doing something so fucked up behind their back that you're going to get caught, FYI.
1000%.
Every time.
Always.
Like, just sack up and say, for either side, if the woman is cheating or if a man is cheating, or thinking about it even, just say you're not happy and you'd like to move on.
Goddamn right.
What is so hard about that?
It's not. It's not difficult. Just don't be a fucking garbage person.
Oh my God.
Don't be a garbage person.
It is the easiest thing to do. Maybe I'm just dead inside, but I find it very easy to communicate my feelings and be like, yo, I'm not happy. In every relationship I've ever been in, I've been like, I am not happy.
Get therapy.
I was a garbage person before.
Were you?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was a grimy college student with no feelings.
Oh, okay.
But like at some point you learn, at least I would hope, not to be a garbage person and to just be an adult and communicate your feelings effectively to your partner.
Grow up.
And
I bet you they're young. I bet you it's
It has to be.
I don't want to stereotype. I bet you it's a Southern wedding and they're very young. Because I feel like...
What makes you think it's Southern?
I don't know. I just feel like people, like, these are stories that happen in the South.
No, dude.
I'm stereotyping. Sorry for people in the South.
No, I feel like this happens. It could happen anywhere.
Well, all right, so
but let's,
hold on. I want to
okay,
talk about this.
You first.
If you were the photographer during this, I don't know how I would react.
That is a great question.
I'd still be shooting, by the way. I would zoom on his fucking face.
If this happened in a church, I would just be like, it's dead silent. Like, what else can you do but be like, yeah.
You know, we go dead silent, and I'd turn the shutter up so loud on the camera.
And the beep?
Yeah, I'd turn the beep up and the shutter. Burst fire, baby.
Right on his face.
Right on his face. Oh, man.
I wish there was video. I hope there was video to, like...
I guarantee there's video. There's got to be video.
To see the color draining from his face.
Oh, my God.
And the sweat.
I feel like that's out of a movie.
But what I was saying before is, like, I feel like when people cheat under other circumstances, when it's just not at a wedding, like when it's not announced at a wedding, like the cheating party can get away with being like, oh, she's crazy or something like that. But if you're reading their texts at the wedding in front of their friends and family, there's no way to not look like an asshole.
It's the most amazing thing ever.
That's...
You're like, you're going to pretend to read your vows and you're reading your fiance's cheating texts in front of balls to that bride.
So much balls.
So much balls. Amazing. Fucking way to go.
I fully support it.
It's like, and props to the bridesmaids for keeping it hush hush, because they could have easily spilt the tea.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it could have got out. They were good. They kept it in.
Oh, just like days before the wedding too. Like, that is so sucky.
That's really sucky. But I think I would have done the same thing.
She handled it like a champ, though.
I would have done the same thing. Be like, let's fucking party. You know what? We spent all this money. Let's do it. Let's party.
And they did.
Remember I said I wasn't going to curse a lot on this podcast?
I know.
I've literally dropped probably about 30 F-bombs this episode.
Messed up.
Explicit rating on this one.
We'll have to do a lot of bleeping for the clips.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I feel like... So touching back on... I feel like what a lot of younger couples are running into now is this, like, competitiveness with weddings. Like, people are getting... Have you noticed people are getting married younger?
100%. Yep.
Like, I've had couples that are like in their early 20s, and I'm just like, yo, you're like 22. Like, you just graduated college.
So I noticed that where we are on Long Island, people do get married a little older than the rest of the United States or the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I do notice like in other areas, and I've talked to other videographers and other vendors that aren't from the area, and they were telling me like most of their couples are like young, like in their like early to mid 20s, and most of their couples that they have either photographed or worked with are divorced.
Yeah.
Whereas I've shot 300 weddings. I think I have maybe 5 couples that have been divorced over the course of 10 years.
Yeah, I know of a small handful. I couldn't tell you all of them.
So
but yeah.
I could be wrong. I could have a lot more, but like to my knowledge, because I stay in contact with a lot of my couples, that's all I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Now, I do think you are correct though that couples getting married younger, okay, are getting divorced quicker.
Yeah.
And if you got to remember, like, we were children of the 80s and 90s, okay? Our parents, like my parents got married young, divorced, okay? I don't know when your parents...
They got married the same age I got married.
Okay. How old were you?
I was 29.
29. So I got married at 28. So I feel like Sarah and I were together for 6 years before we got married, though. Like, we lived together. We understood each other. Like, we understood our faults and... our strengths and weaknesses and all that stuff. So I felt like we were a good match. And now we're together 17 years, which is a long ass time.
And like, to me, if you have that connection, like I was previously engaged before Patrick and I got married. It ended very badly. I ended things 2 months before we were supposed to get married. Mm-hmm. But I also found out a lot of very horrible things that he was doing behind my back, and none of it was cheating. It was just awful. Uh-huh. So then, like, when I met Patrick, he was the complete and total opposite of every ex I've ever had, which was, sorry guys, pretty much all of you except for one was a piece of shit. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
And he just treated me right. Mm-hmm. From the get-go. And we have this good, open, honest relationship with each other where we can talk to each other about anything.
Yeah.
And we do, even if it's uncomfortable. So I feel like if you have good communication with your partner, there's no reason to end it other than somebody is cheating or lying.
Yeah.
About something very, very big.
Yeah.
What other thing could it possibly be?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I fully agree with you. I think open communication with your partner, obviously, oh my God, we're getting insightful now. But open communication with your partner.
Now we're love doctors?
Talking smut into...
Smut, love, we're like relationship therapists now?
Okay, well, that's... You know what? We're just getting real. This is a real podcast.
It has to be discussed.
Okay. But I think having open communication with your partner is very important. I mentioned this earlier. I do go to therapy. Like my wife and I go to therapy when things aren't 100%. We talk to a therapist to see how we could better each other in our relationship and stuff like that. Because now, I feel like most of our arguments are over our children.
You have kids.
We have kids, and it's like, oh my God, it's stressful. So, I mean, that's what I mean, though. But we're always open and communicating, and we're doing the best we can for each other as well as our children and our family. So, having open form of communication with your partner will lead to a better relationship and will prevent you from having affairs like we just read about.
Oh my God, scandal!
So that your
the
future
scandal.
husband. So your future husband doesn't boink a second shooter.
Ugh. I want to know who it is. If anyone knows who it is,
DM
us. I need to know. I must know.
fucking M.
I know that makes me look bad, but I don't care. I have to know.
She needs new smut to read.
I need the tea.
Need the tea. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. It was so fucking fun to talk about.
This was fun.
I'm not gonna lie. This was a lot of fun.
Let's do more of these.
Guys, if you have really stupid fucking stories, please send them to us because we are thoroughly entertained.
I'm thirsty for it.
She's very thirsty for it. Very thirsty for it. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am too. This was a lot of fun.
The little giggle you just emitted.
Oh my God.
That was cute.
This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm watching reality television and admitting I really like it. I do, actually.
I do too.
It's really bad. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Lauren, where can they find you?
You can find my website, laurenobrienphoto.com. On Instagram, I'm Lauren O'Brien Photo and the Feral Photog. And on TikTok, you can find me at Lauren O'Brien Photo.
She dropped the TikTok.
I did. There's only 3, sorry.
There's only 3. Well, you guys can find me at Michael Cassara Photo on Instagram, TikTok, and my website, michaelcassara.me. And you can find us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok. We just crossed 1,000 followers.
I know, that's so exciting.
It's very exciting on Instagram. One day we're gonna look back on this, okay, and say, "Wow, we hit 1,000 followers, right?" One day we're gonna look back and be like, "We have 10,000 followers and 20,000." I have lofty expectations, people. Please. No, but we're glad you guys are enjoying. You can follow us at the Vendor Table Pod on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. And yeah, guys.
And special thank you to our producer, Lou Media.
Yeah. Matt's
Give him a little shout.
We'll give him a shout. Matt's awesome. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you next time.
Okay, bye.